Hello and fuck cape shit. Welcome to another Shittywebcomics Weekly, brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers. Donate to our Subscribe Star to become an official Shitty Webcomics pig. And also just to support us in general. But you also get access to a bunch of the super deep lore, intense stuff that people don't want you knowing about. But just real quick, getting into this because this is kind of out of order, and in a way, it's something I should have covered a while ago because this is an older. This is from I think the beginning of July, because Pride Month was June. I'm pretty sure. I think. So here's a Sinfest comic that says Pride Month is over, and they're packing up the Pride thing, and then
That's not as effective as the other, whatever it was. I think it's a Stone Toss, where they're just straight up fucking throwing the shit in the garbage.
yeah, that's the thing. Is that this Sinfest comic is another example of a bunch of Twitter jokes and other web comics had essentially done it better. Um, and memes and stuff. And
That kind of
Sinfest just
sums
kind
up
of
Sinfest in general.
yeah. But this one is like some crazy girl with a crazy eye goes, "What's next? Envy month, her," and then fucking some guys bring in a thing that says wrath, and it's like, and then there's punks with fucking bats and that kind of shit. Which I don't know. Did that happen? Who cares?
Who cares?
But here from July 6th, here's a tweet of mine, and I'm saying depicting ideological enemy as Sojek, sir. No, that's not good enough. Let's give them one weird eye instead. Genius Kojimbo. And yeah, it's the chicks, sort of like the guys in this, where all of them have the one regular-ish eye and then one crazy looking eye. And
Crazy.
and so this, I guess this is supposed to be like a housewife's tale, whatever the fuck, where its chick is going like,
the feminist rape fantasy.
yes, it's like
Well,
they call us debauched, depraved. No, we are brave, bold, adventurous. We are like sexual Magellans, sailing the erotic seas, exploring new carnal frontiers. And crazy girl goes, "Ooh, I thought we were just boning losers." Now, I don't know if this is the main chick from the comic. Where she is, she has not shown up anywhere. Most of the other chick characters not shown up. In fact, the main guy character and even the pig character haven't shown up. They've just been dumped for the past few years now, apparently. Either that or when people link these, they don't ever show those ones. But, sometimes I get linked to these, sometimes they show up, sometimes other people repost them or whatever. But the only ones I see are ones like this that just don't have any of the regular characters. They're just random nobodies who don't even have names or anything. Um, but yeah, as far as the Sinfest, it's this was something that he was pushing a few months ago, and clearly has dropped these characters entirely as well. Now he's just doing the Crazy Joe, not Sleepy Joe Biden, but Crazy Two Face Joe Biden after the evil lizard version of the U.S. president who didn't have a name but was an evil lizard. Um, and again, the whatever is supposed to be the continuity of Sinfest really just doesn't make any sense.
bullshit fest.
Yeah, but I had this in the notes, and I wanted to cover this because it's like, oh, that's right, we fucking covered the more recent Sinfest stuff, but not this. And it goes to show this is still a good example of how Sinfest isn't really consistent or coherent with its own ideas, and a lot of its ideas are just copying off of other comics or other memes, which I understand if you're going to just have your own take on the old joke of like what's next after Pride Month is Gluttony Month or something like that. And so, Tetsuya just did Wrath Month, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Um,
I get it. There's going to be rioting
yeah, which I
now.
mean,
Pride Month is done.
traditionally, July would seem like a more fitting month for that, but that didn't really pan out. There wasn't really rioting either necessarily, not any more than usual, of course. But They also know, like the Globanati derp state, whatever the fuck, know that fucking riots every single year when their guy is in power isn't a good look for their guy. They don't want to be like, oh yeah, Joe Biden's now overseeing terrible riots. They want the riots under guys like Trump, or someone that they want everyone to hate and blame the riots
They're
on.
happy to see rioting and suffering under Trump.
Yeah.
In
So
fact,
this also shows
that's the
that,
thing is, nobody's more happy to see school shootings than the left.
yeah, of
It doesn't
course.
matter when it is
To
either.
the point where they're
Anytime a
willing to
school shooting
apparently
happens, they
they're
get happy.
they're willing to pay people to fucking make it look like they happened. What if it was a make believe fantasy that never happened? They're all a hologram. They're willing to pay for the holograms. It was all an elaborate holodeck fantasy. It's all about a fantasy plaything. But yeah, the it goes to show Tatsuya doesn't really understand any of this. He doesn't understand that fucking Joe Biden is president. They're not going to have it. The riots that were previously funded by fucking the globalist billionaires, Chinese techno fascist, whatever the fucks, aren't going to be happening under Biden because that would defeat the purpose of Biden. So yeah, Tatsuya wants to act like he's really in the know and about politics, the same way that he always was. He always pretended to be, throughout the past 20 years in the Bush era, the Obama era.
It's a very weak grasp on these concepts.
Yeah, the same way that when he went feminist, he was like, I'm feminist because I know better than all of you, but I've seen into the fucking
He's easily shamed.
Man matrix.
That's a very important part of it. Is similar to how all communist propaganda is designed to shame and humiliate rather than inform. He is very susceptible to being shamed. A lot of people are.
Yeah, that's really what Sinfest is showing the example of, that his way of thinking is just like that.
He can't stand the idea of being treated like he's not the coolest person, or even just like in the know.
He's gay. He's gay.
A lot of people are like that too.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no, you can't say that I'm not attractive to women. People are terrified of being accused of that.
Panties piss terrified.
True or not, just the perception, the public perception, the over civilization of Western males has led.
That's created the weak men's, creating the hard times, the furception, perhaps even you could put it. Because
I believe there's another guy named Kaczynski who fucking stated all this stuff.
Jerry Kaczynski. I think he was the writer for fucking very popular hippie band. What? No. Anyways,
delightful fucking episode of the fucking show.
The Delightful Show. You mean Silicon Valley?
No, the fucking Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Cowboy Bebop that had the Teddy Bomber in it.
The Teddy Bomber.
Clearly, Japan had some kind of fucking hard on for Ted Kaczynski, and at least the concept of him, and the
Ludditism and shit like that. Which a fucking huge hypocrite. All of his fucking bombs involved chemistry and fucking.
They involve technology and the males.
The technology.
He criticizes society, yet he participates in it.
It clearly makes him wrong.
What's funny is that's a comic we could cover too, but it's like, it's so trodden that it's like, what would I say about it? That it's stupid. The end. That's really all. Matt Bors was also the guy who does the basically clearly a white knight simp who would do comics.
Did he do Goblins? Yeah, was it Goblins?
No, Matt Bors was the guy who jumps through the window to go, I agree with you, or I disagree with you, woman, or something like that, as two women are talking. It's like, look at that. Men are always inserting themselves. Men! Anyways. Another short episode, but again, if you want to see the in-depth, long stuff that is extra super juicy, Check out our Subscribe Star. Tons and tons of videos, huge deep dives into stuff that nobody else has ever talked about.
It's also very entertaining. We always
You're
try and
right.
find the best way to
That's true.
sell these. And for me, it's just the fact that these are enjoyable shows to listen to. There's a lot of people who listen to our
Yeah.
shows, and it's like, oh man, it's great to be able to have somebody on in the background.
I don't mention this much, but there are several people. There are actually a lot of people who do pay for our shows, for our Subscribe Star. We get a decent amount of funding on our Subscribe Star, and if we got double that much, I could fucking. I wouldn't have to ever work a job ever again for the. Well, not really ever again.
You people are keeping us from being able to give you these shows you want.
Yes. Why are
Stop,
you
stop
doing
doing
that?
Stop preventing us from being able to
Stop.
record shows for
Stop.
you.
But anyways, yeah. So lots of really good stuff. That's the derp lore, the fucking deep dives that are very entertaining. A lot of people have been enjoying our Subscribe Star videos. That go. We've been doing that for a year now, and we've only been getting more and more subscribers since then. And people really enjoy our video. And the thing is, the stuff we say in our Subscribe Star, nobody else is talking about. But if a year, in maybe probably 2 to 5 years, you'll see everyone else start to say it. And that's been proven true about, like, people who've been following us for a few years have actually seen that in practice, where the stuff we've talked about a few years ago, nobody else was talking about, and now a lot of other people are saying it.
People would be
Tatsuya is actually another example of
you
that.
guys don't know what you're talking about. Then next thing you know, 1 year
They're
later,
parroting us.
they are literally claiming. I mean, of course, they won't credit us, but they're now claiming our fucking talking points, our ideas as their own, as if they brought it up themselves.
Yeah, if you want to see what people like fucking Ethan Van Sciver and the Quartering and Nick Ricada will be saying in the next few years, come to check out our Subscribe Star videos, because everything we were saying a few years ago is what they're saying now. They're completely our bitch.
Right,
they
now
kneel to
not
us.
true.
They're our bitch.
What they're fucking saying right now that they're against, or that they fucking are vehemently declaring to be untrue, they will be fucking copying.
Yeah, they will be
fucking
repeating our talking
mindset.
points word for word verbatim. They'll be saying what we're saying now, but they'll be saying it in a few years and they won't understand it. They'll just be repeating it without getting it. So again, if you want to fucking see that stuff for yourself and be in the know, be hip with the cool kids, and to hear what everyone else will be saying in the future, check out our Subscribe Star. As usual, we will be covering more. We don't cover like Sinfest and stuff in there. We don't cover webcomics, but we do actually have a lot of other comics reviews that we don't post in public. More long form reviews and a lot of really in depth analysis. And again, it's about stuff that nobody else at all talks about or has gone into, and that's why we have so many subscribers on our Subscribe Star who really appreciate, because they come to us and tell us that nobody else is talking about this. We don't see anyone else talk about this, but the stuff that you guys talked about a few years ago that nobody else was talking about, now I see other people. So again, everything we say, like culture, all of culture is just straight up downstream from us. And that's not my opinion. Other people have pointed it out to me.
It's not just a tagline. It's not just a genius tagline.
Yes, it's not just a genius slogan. But the other genius slogan, of course, which is also true, and other people have said accurately, is should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.